Well, hello. It is that time for Ready, Set, Real Estate. Gosh, I just enjoy the way that sounds. Let's say it again. I'm feeling a little powered up and rested. One more time. Welcome to your favorite real estate show. The brand, the company, the movement that supports real estate literacy for not just industry professionals, but the general population as a whole. Ready, Set, Real Estate is a proud supporter of Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation. You can learn more at realestate100youth.org. That's realestate100youth.org. Shout out to Robert Sumlin, industry partner, mortgage banker, for your donation. All right. This is season 5, episode 6. What is a mortgage servicer? Hello. Welcome. Welcome. I've been waiting for you. I'm going to start off with some quick announcements, of course, as we normally do. We normally have some announcements. First and foremost, check this hat out. Listen, look at this. For those of you who like red, look at that. This is a beaut. This is a beaut. It's beautiful. I soon will have all colors. It's just part of the collection. Listen. All right, so my hat's twisted now, thanks to you all wanting to show you. All right. Listen, Linda, listen. Now, I was at an expo today, and I do enjoy getting nuggets from outside the industry. I love to learn about demographics. I love psychographics, and it was a good day. I would have done 2 days. Can't do 2 days. That's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen because Ready Set Real Estate is having their live workshop happening October 3rd in the greater Los Angeles area. Shout out to our host, Southwest Escrow, who host us in their community room. If you haven't been there, they are based in Inglewood. Can learn more at southwestescrow.com. This is where we have 2 events per month. So 2 workshops, lunch and learns, just these unique training experiences for industry professionals happening. And I'm really excited about that. So tomorrow we will be discussing and learning about brand versus brand less. Sell more when it's less about you. Definitely going to be given some tools, templates, and strategies for those who are in attendance. And if you haven't registered, there's still time to register. Okay, get your tickets online. It just makes it easier for us for head count and food and stuff like that, courtesy to our sponsors who provide the lunch and dessert. And, just it helps. Otherwise, I'm going to have to charge you double at the door. Just the way the cookie crumbles. And so learn more. If you haven't subscribed to the Ready Set Real Estate calendar, yes, there's a Ready Set Real Estate calendar. You can do that at bit.ly/calendar VIP. bit.ly/calendar VIP. Okay. Today's topic, and remember, we are doing our one real estate word of the week. We are doing a real estate word of the week. And this topic for today is, what is a mortgage servicer? And I wanted to come on and discuss this. Why? Because as new homeowners, there's a confusion as to knowing the difference between, I'll do this one next week. I've covered it on my book, and I know some of you don't have the book. It's okay. And I should have covered this prior. So what should have I covered? The difference between a mortgage broker versus a mortgage banker. I might double check. I'm in season 5. There's over 100 episodes. I may have done it. I'll double check. I know I didn't do what is a mortgage servicer. And I think we definitely need to discuss this for those of you who might find yourselves in a pickle. So here's why you want to know what is a mortgage servicer and who your mortgage servicer is if you own property, because there is a difference between the lender who offered you the loan. That oftentimes is not your mortgage servicer. The mortgage servicer is an entity that is managing receipt of your payments, sending out your statements, handling the accounting for the lender slash investor slash wholesaler. And this is why you need to know the difference and who that person is I just came up with 3 reasons. I had 2 to the top of my mind. And I said, for those of you in a pickle, remember, if you're catching me on the live, say hi, say hello, drop a comment down below. And this is an opportunity for you to ask your questions. A lot of you ask questions in the DMs, and what I will start to do is I'll use those as learning opportunities for my daily Facebook or my daily content so that everybody could learn, because there have been great questions about REITs, REITs, which is Real Estate Investment Trust. There have been questions about wholesaling. I had a guest on that topic already, cover that. I also have my position on wholesaling as well. And I don't think a lot of you know what my position is. It's one of those necessary evils. And if you are in places like Chicago or California, Chicago requires a broker's license to wholesale. They're starting to do that. California for a long time has not been wholesale friendly. You can go to the Department of Real Estate and find many, many, many companies that have been fined for participating in real estate activities without a license. California is a licensed state when it comes to real estate. That was one of my first lessons when I myself wanted to learn real estate, learn investing, and wanting to learn that whole no money down and this, that, and a third. And I said this in the past, somebody's putting some money down. It may not be you. You may have found someone else, but somebody's putting money down. Okay. All right. And so what is a mortgage servicer? And there are 3 reasons that I wanted to chime in and share why you should, the need to understand what a mortgage servicer is because when you find yourself experiencing a hardship, meaning death of an owner, death of a primary borrower, or a co-borrower, whoever has been contributing to the household income to assist with mortgage payments. It's important to know this when you have lost your job. It's important to know when you have an illness. It's important to know when you are going through life events that impacts your ability to make your mortgage payments on time. And, as I'm processing this, I'm thinking, gosh, I think I'm going to have to pin this video as my intro video on my pages, especially as we see the market shift. Now, I did a video and a post last year because the 10-year adjustable rate mortgages have now become due. 15 years are now resetting. They're now maturing. They're coming due. And if you have a family friend, or you yourself don't know, if you don't know what type of loan product you have, call a qualified real estate professional. Doesn't have to be me. I'm imploring you to look at your statement and ask, what kind of loan product do I have? Is it fixed? Is there an adjustable? Is there prepayment penalty? And I say that because there's a lot of excitement when you're purchasing a property. Some of you will do whatever it takes to get your foot in the door. And sometimes that comes at a very costly lesson. And so I wanted to make it a point because I have continually, behind the scenes, offline, assisting families in need with rectifying or resolving their real estate challenges when it comes to hardships. Okay. And so this is why we are saying, what is a mortgage servicer? We're asking, what is a mortgage servicer? And who is your mortgage servicer? So it's that person that sends you a statement. It will literally have on the statement letterhead, it will say blank company, mortgage servicer, LLC. And if you're with a banking institution that services their loan, you can always just confirm, call them direct, find out, is there a middleman? Usually they have a department that handles that, and there's various departments within depository institutions that are servicing their own loans. And so you'll hear that statement between lenders where they like to distinguish themselves and say, we service our own loans, meaning there isn't a middle company or a third party serving as a middleman between you and them. So here's what you should ask in terms of your mortgage servicer is wanting to find out, who are your contacts? Know who your contacts. When you deal with these companies, make sure you ask for name, last name if they give it to you. Oftentimes the reps or the customer service agents will not give you a last name. So ask for an ID or an extension for a reference to the call. Okay. And then what you also like to ask is, who owns my loan? The reason being is because your loan gets sold more than once. Oftentimes, they get packaged and sold on the secondary market. And that's just the nature of the business. The reason why you want to ask who the wholesaler is, who the investor is, I'm using them interchangeably because they own your loan. You want to ask so you know which company you are making your payments to. And the reason you want to ask is because just like any other bill, you should be keeping track of the accounting and that payments are being posted to your account properly. I feel myself going really slow on this right now. Because I know I want you to really get this, really get the distinguishing differences between the lender and the mortgage servicer. And for those of you who are not members of Property Owners EDU, this is a membership benefit where we go through this and we identify who the wholesaler is. We make sure we are staying on top of your payments, making sure things are being posted. You don't have any mortgage payments in suspense, meaning for whatever reason it hasn't been applied to your account. And here's why. Because when Lisa and team steps in, I'm oftentimes finding mortgage servicers are not posting your payments correctly. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? For the people in the back, I am finding from experience when I dive in to help people with their mortgage challenges or their real estate situations, I'm finding that mortgage servicers are oftentimes not correctly allocating your payments. Now, here's what I do. I'm just going to share a little tidbit here, a little tip. Why I ask who the mortgage servicer is because I then look that company up to see if they have any bad reviews or complaints. If they are known for not posting payments, if they have, been sued for their malpractices and management of escrow payments and et cetera, et cetera. Because what happens is, and this was really bad during the financial crises, mortgage servicers were deliberately not posting payments and then filing notice of intent, or also known as notice of default, which is a pre-foreclosure action. That's horrible. And once again, this is what this show is about. This is about due diligence. If you're a new homeowner, if you have family, friends that are homeowners, listen up. Please share this message with them. It's very important because oftentimes mortgage servicers are handling the payments and they're processing many. And remember, it's people on the other side doing this, which means there is room for mistakes, which is why it's important to get names, extensions, or ID numbers of any representatives you communicate with. And as a follow-up, get fax numbers and emails so that you can document any requests in writing. This is how you protect yourself. This is how you protect yourself. Just like when you operate with correspondences to school districts, doctors, same goes with financial institutions. When you document it and putting in writing, they have 30 days to review your request and respond back to you in writing. You may not know the significance of knowing that right now. However, in the event of a life situation, job loss, death, divorce, job relocation, illness, all these things will impact your ability to make your mortgage payment on time. And that's why I wanted to come on and discuss what is a mortgage servicer, so that you know who do you need to communicate with when you are going through that. And do know you have a right to communicate with your mortgage servicer so that they can communicate to the wholesaler or investor that owns your loan. It's not up to the mortgage servicer to make decisions about your loan. They are making sure they are complying with any correspondences, and they are communicating that to the wholesaler or investor. This is how you know you're dealing with a mortgage servicer. And this is also how you know you're dealing with lien holders. Whenever you call the 1-800 number, 800 number, 877 number, notice one of the disclaimers when you contact them is, This is a debt collector. Oh, this is a debt collector. They are debt collectors. Let's be reminded, a mortgage is a lien against your home. It's a voluntary lien. There's involuntary liens and voluntary liens. Involuntary and voluntary. Voluntary liens is a mortgage debt. You voluntarily mortgaged your home and attached your home as collateral in the event of non-repayment of that loan you borrowed. The debt collector, the lender, investor, wholesaler can come after you or the collateral, foreclose on you to sell the asset to recoup any monies they are owed. All right. I'm feeling good about this. I think someone needs to hear it, especially because it's 2008, a lot of bad loans were written, and there are people that still have some not so great mortgage products. And this is why we need to discuss this now. Make sure you tag, share, because you can actually help somebody keep their home. You can possibly help somebody out just by sharing this video today so that they can learn what questions they can ask, what resources they have, and do know there are options instead of ignoring. I did a whole show on that, and I think I'm going to bring that back. I might do it in a class form so we can learn together what happens during a pre-foreclosure. What's that process? Because I know that's not something you want to know or face. However, it's important to know the what if. How much time do you have on your side? Because you do have time on your side. And this is why it's important to know who the mortgage servicer is, because this is the company or the entity you're communicating with for your payments, making sure they're posted correctly. Hey, I sent you a payment. I noticed it wasn't credited to my account. Why was that? And you'll find, for whatever reason, oh, I don't know. Oh, we got it on this date and it wasn't applied to the month before, or I don't know what the rate of the mistake is, but it's pretty common in the scenarios that I'm coming across, that payments are not posted correctly. Very important to know this, okay? Little water break. Okay. All right. I'm feeling good about this. Today's episode is late. It's later in the evening. It's not late. It's just later in the evening. So I'm not going to keep us going for too long. I'm feeling good about this segment. Just wanted to keep it short, sweet, and powerful. Again, if you're new to the show, thank you. I actually didn't do introductions. My name's Lisa Porto, also known as Super Agent. I'm your host and creator of many things. And you can learn more about me at lasuperagent.com or connect with me on all your favorite social media platforms at lasuperagent. And thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in on all of our platforms. Again, this show is repurposed on a radio podcast everywhere, included Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Anchor, Breaker, Castbox, on and on and on. And that just really expands our reach and our voice. And that's really what this has been about. Expanding our voice to let more people know about what we're doing with Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation. And more importantly, just real estate literacy, educating you on the need to know and what you should know about real estate. Because if you leave it up to mainstream media, it looks very glamorous. It looks like, and Andrew Carnegie said 90% of people accumulated their wealth by investing in real estate. And yes, it's one of those things because housing is so important. It's something we need like air. Housing is something we need like air. So if you are invested in ownership of housing or providing housing and creating a stream of income for you, and you learn how to leverage that, scale that, multiply that, it's one of those things that gives you time, money, freedom, and changes your life and communities' lives. And so as real estate has become very popular within the last 3 years, last 2 years actually, uh, while I have over a decade of experience in the industry, I am sharing a perspective that most won't, which is it's the flips, flops, booms, and busts, and raw and uncut. And it's not always pretty. When I have to sue people, evict people, when people are going through stuff, it's not always pretty. And so this is why we have the show, the platform, and I do super agent stuff. All right. Our word of the week. And that concludes. If you don't have any questions now, no worries. You can send them through DM or email me, Lisa at lasuperagent.com. Subject line, Ready, Set, Real Estate. Just put in a subject line. That way I know you're listening from the show and you have a question or a comment. We welcome your questions or comment, and that way we can continue the dialogue, whether it's online or offline. All right, so our word of the week. This is a good one. Antitrust. Word of the week, real estate word of the week, antitrust. And I chose this word especially because there are a couple of lawsuits happening. And I don't expect you all to be paying attention to it. It's not what you do. Real estate is not what you do. Some of you, maybe you are staying abreast of the news, but there is an antitrust lawsuit happening where sellers have sued the National Association of Realtors and the top 5 real estate holding companies, including companies like Remax, Keller Williams, Berkshire, Realogy Holdings, which is a whole list of other, Realogy Holdings is a list of other huge real estate companies. And for those of you who attended the Solopreneur Agent Workshop, what no one ever told you before you jumped into real estate, I will be bringing that back towards the end of next year or maybe next quarter. And you learned that there's only about there's a handful of holding companies that own all the real estate companies if they're not independently owned and operated. And so what does that mean? You all represent the same company. You're just under different logos and colors. And what does that mean? Antitrust is the state and federal regulations that are designed to promote fair competition in the marketplace. And so as we watch, I've been tracking this, as I watch this lawsuit unfold, sellers are suing the industry as a whole for what they consider price fixing. So if you're an agent with these companies, you have been named as a co-conspirator for price fixing commissions. And the Department of Justice has opened an investigation with CoreLogic Data, which is the company that manages the data by the MLS companies, and the MLS is the multiple listing service. So they are digging deep to see if in fact commissions are fixed and violating antitrust laws. Again, antitrust means state and federal regulations that are designed to promote fair competition in the marketplace. All right, with that being said, I want to remind you to donate and support Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation. You can learn more and check us out at realestate100youth.org. We have been invited to be part of a career fair opportunity in the city of Compton in January of 2020. I did say yes. So remember, by supporting us, we're allowed to to go and create an outreach for our youth community, our young adult community, and show them the opportunities happening in real estate. Again, Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation supports real estate literacy terms, concepts, and careers for youth ages 11 and up as an alternate pathway to success. Again, thank you for continually supporting us. We really appreciate you. We are approaching the year end, the fiscal year end of 2019. And don't wait to the last minute to get your donations in so you can benefit from a tax write-off. Again, we welcome donations year round so that we can make our programs and outreach possible. I have a big vision and really kind of an outreach that I'd like to do, which is run 2 semesters of 6-week real estate courses for middle school, for 20 middle school and 20 high school students. The sessions will run concurrently. We still have that. It's still something happening. And I've been asking of you, and I invite you to support, invite you to be a part of that. Okay. It's going to be amazing. All right. And don't forget, become a loyal supporter of the podcast and the show. And what does that get you? As a member, you get exclusive access to videos, and more importantly, our webinars. We have monthly real estate webinars happening 3rd Saturday of each month that allows you to learn and dig deeper in a webinar format. So it's your own personal real estate class sent to your inbox. You get it as a replay for those of you who are loyal supporters, and you don't spend $15 on a webinar. Instead, you get it included for just $5 a month, just as a member, a loyal supporter. Again, remember I said I wanted to do something special for those of you who have been rocking with me from the beginning. And this is something new that I've started, and I wanted to in turn offer things like the monthly webinars, discount on merch, access to events and updates, and allow you to reach out to me on a one-on-one for anything that I can consult with, anything that I can offer. All right, so that is about it. Yeah, this is short, sweet, and powerful. If you're just catching me on the live, go ahead and hashtag replay and go back to the beginning. Don't miss out. This information was needed, is needed, still relevant. Make sure you tag, share, repost, and help spread the message so that you can help somebody with either keeping their home or preserving the equity in their home, and maybe doing something about their situation. Learn what is a mortgage servicer so that you can be a lot more empowered with learning about real estate literacy and all the cogs that are involved in this business and industry. Homeownership just goes beyond getting the keys, especially if you have a mortgage. All right. This is due diligence on your mortgage. So needed. And I see a lot of people are not doing it. And again, you can join Property Owners EDU so that you can get this as a member benefit so you're not caught slipping. All right. Okay. That's my time. Woo! I will see you next week as we continue another powerful, information-packed episode on Ready, Set, Real Estate. I'll see ya next time, y'all. Bye.